8 minutes to 9. It's the 30th of May 2024, and I think it's time for Riverside Reads.
It is indeed, and today we're talking to Coco Novak, a woman who had it all.
Everything. She had everything.
She had everything.
The lot.
But she came to the realisation that she wasn't truly happy, so she did something about that. And she's written a book about her experiences and what she's learned from that, and we're going to have a chat with her now.
Hi, Coco.
Hi, how you doing, guys?
Morning. Very good this morning. How's Wimbledon this morning? What's the weather doing?
Oh, kind of typical British.
It's grey, isn't it? Where's the sunshine, for goodness sake?
It's very grey and cloudy.
So tell us about your story then, because we just heard that you had everything, and then what happened?
Yeah, then, I thought, maybe I want to throw it all away. Well, I have everything. Yes, I did. I agree. But, then I had 2 small kids. I had a kind of fast-growing business. And I was looking at some photos one day. Obviously, I had a partner as well. And I was looking at the photos, and I'm like, oh, my God, I don't look happy in any of the photos that I'm looking at. So I thought I need to embark kind of on a personal journey to see where what seems to be unhappiness is coming from.
Did you look at other people's photos on social media and stuff and realise maybe that they were happy and you weren't? Or was it just photos that you saw of yourself?
No, I think back in the day, I'm a bit ancient already, but I think back in the day, social media wasn't as prominent yet, but it was actually my own photos. So luckily, I was the influence.
So you knew you weren't happy and you wanted to do something about it. So you wrote a book?
I did. That was post festum, once I already discovered everything, including how to make myself happy, or what are the parameters, or what are my values in life that make me happy. So I write that in the first chapter, and I name them the 3 pillars. So that's kind of if my kids are okay, if my job is okay, and if my partner is okay, or if I'm okay with all of these 3 things. And that served me really well in life. So whenever I have a prolonged period of not being happy, I kind of check these 3 values, and then I see what I need to fix.
And it's quite interesting because what I liked about your book was the fact that there's kind of practical things to work through. So if your 3 pillars, you said they're family, your children, and work, other people might have different 3 things that are important to them. So there's kind of a useful little checklist of things that you might think that yours are, but then other people can have a think about what their 3 pillars might be. And I suppose it's a bit like working out what those are and then what brings you joy and why you'd making sure that your life is more full of those things than the things that don't bring you joy.
Yeah, I think so. I think everyone has their values and everyone has different things that make them happy and are important in their life. And I think it's important to know those things because, life goes up, life goes down. It's sometimes difficult, it's sometimes easy. But when it is difficult, it's good to have something to have as a marker as to what's not making you happy. So, for example, I don't know, sometimes it's your job. And then you can think about, do I need to change my job or do I need to do something else? Sometimes it's your kids. For example, I've had quite an easy ride with my kids. But about a year ago, or like 6 months ago, I was feeling really down for a while. And I'm like, why am I feeling like this? Everything's good. So I checked my 3 pillars and I realized, my older child has moved abroad to study. And so that was really bringing me down and I didn't even know. And, once I acknowledged, I just missed my child, who's now no longer living with me after 20 years, then it's just easier to move on because, you put a finger on what's not okay.
Well, you know about that, Ali, don't you?
Yeah, so it's different, isn't it?
You have empty nest syndrome.
Yeah, I quite like it, actually.
Do you?
Yeah, you do get used to it, I agree.
You do get used to it quite quickly, don't you? Of the fact that everything's tidy and the food that's in the fridge is still in the fridge. One of them's actually one of them's just reappeared home, so there's no food in the fridge, actually.
And then have a second one. So
okay. So you've still got one at home, so it's not total empty nesting.
Yeah.
And then I think what there's different chapters in this. There's one on parenting. What were the things that you've learned from that? What are your couple of facts from your parenting experience that you think you could share with people?
Yeah, I think it's really important to know there are different types of parenting, and I have to say, so my book is not just an autobiography. It's actually all. I'm not going to say backed by research, but I did a lot of literature research and looking into things as well. So, for example, like parenting, there's actually 4 different types of parenting. And you can kind of have a look at what type of parenting you have, and how that what outcome is on the child. So, for example, if you're a permissive parent, what outcome that has on the child, or if you're a disciplinarian, what outcome is that? So you can have a look and maybe moderate some of your behaviors if they're not maybe suitable for the child. Because also I think it's important to know that every child is different, and perhaps they can't be raised in the same way. And going through the parenting, I actually kind of realized how I was parented, and it opened up my eyes to a few things in my life and why I react to certain things the way I do. So I think it's really important to have your own experience, but then also look at what literature and experts have to say about it, and how you can maybe make yourself a little bit better for the kiddies and yourself.
So Coco, the book is called Single and Too Tired to Mingle, and it's out on Tuesday, isn't it?
Yeah, so the launch is on Tuesday. The book is already on sale on Amazon or via my website, coconovak.com.
Coconovak.com, that's where people can go to get it, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, listen, thank you so much for joining us. It's been a pleasure talking to you. Best of luck with the book launch. Local author Coco there talking about her book, Single
to Mingle.
No, Single and Too Tired to Mingle.
Too Tired to Mingle.
That's the book. Coco, lovely to speak to you. Thank you so much for that.
Let's make tonight the weekend. I don't wanna